Do you ever feel like you're constantly setting goals, but never quite achieving them? Well, if so, you're not alone. And today I'm going to introduce you to a powerful system called the 12-week year. This system can help you achieve your goals faster and more effectively than ever before. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Peak Life, where we journey together to design, build, and live our own peak life. Today we're diving into the great book called The 12-Week Year by Brian P. Moran. This book offers a new and actually successful way to improve our goal setting and productivity. It does this by breaking down the traditional cycle of year over year into an instead manageable and focused 12-week year. I really believe that this system is a game changer for anyone trying to maximize their performance and achieve their dreams. So who is the author? Who is Brian P. Moran? Brian is a leading expert in the world of productivity and performance. With years of coaching executives and entrepreneurs, he realized that the traditional goal-setting system was flawed. His solution then was to develop this 12-week year, where instead of looking at 12 months at a time, you compress that into just 12 weeks. This gives us far greater focus and urgency in achieving our goals. Now let's dive into the key concepts of the 12-week year. Its main idea is simple: shorten the execution cycle from 12 months to just 12 weeks. This simple system creates a huge sense of urgency and focus. And here are some of its core features. Number one, we have the vision. You want to start by creating a compelling vision of your future. This vision should incorporate both long-term aspirations and shorter-term goals. Your long-term vision might include things like career advancement, big personal achievement, and lifestyle changes that you want to see in the next 5 to 10 years. Whereas the short-term vision focuses on the results that you want to see in the next 12 weeks. This dual approach of looking at both long-term and short-term makes sure that your long-term visions are going to ultimately be aligned with your short-term goals. Next up, we have planning. Once you have a clear vision, break it down into manageable 12-week plans. Identify the critical few actions or tactics, as he calls them. These are the critical few tasks, not the trivial many, that are gonna have the biggest impact on your results. But it's important to avoid the pitfall of setting too many goals and having too many priorities. You wanna develop the habit to say no, and instead just focus on the critical few priorities that are actually gonna make the biggest impact. This helps maintain your clarity and prevent overwhelm. Moving on to process control. You want to implement weekly plans and daily tasks so that you can stay committed to your actions and on track. This includes setting specific and measurable tasks for each week, and these need to align with your 12-week plan. And your daily planning ensures that every day you're contributing to your overall 12-week plan. Utilize tools like time blocking your calendar, making specific to-do lists of what your top 3 items are. And one of my personal favorites is the Eisenhower box. Next, we're going to look at measurement. Regularly track your progress and make adjustments as necessary. This involves setting up weekly reviews where you look at what you've accomplished and what you've missed. That way you can identify your obstacles and come up with a plan to overcome them for the following week before you're too far derailed. And measurement isn't just about tracking results. It's also about tracking inputs. It's good to have a balance between lead and lagging indicators so that you know which things you're getting results at and which things you're putting the effort into that will ultimately give you those results. Next up, we have our time use. To get things accomplished, you need to prioritize your time and eliminate distractions. Because if you don't have a plan for your time, someone else will. Focus on the high impact activities that directly contribute to your overall goals. And don't let the daily fires disrupt you day after day. Yes, obviously sometimes we're gonna have to deal with other people's problems, but try to make sure that you specify your own time where you're gonna work on these big picture goals. You can start off with something as little as 3 hours a week that you have dedicated time. I found it hugely helpful to actually time block my calendar, where I'll have these blocks of time where I'm doing deep work. And through that, I say no distractions at all. So I let everyone know not to call me. I'm not checking my emails. And also another big thing is to stop multitasking. I think it's becoming a lot more normalized now that we understand that multitasking is not a good thing. And that instead what we're really doing is just single tasking, but switching tasks immediately from one thing to the next. So if you want to get done good quality, meaningful work, it's important to have these focused blocks of time. And finally, we have accountability. It's hugely beneficial to have an accountability partner or a group. Or if that's not something that you're into, what I typically do is make myself accountable by using a scorecard, where I have to track down and mark off if I actually achieve the task that day that I said I was going to. But for most people, sharing your goals, your progress, and where you're falling short is hugely motivational and creates a lot more sense of internal accountability. This could be a colleague, a mentor, or another peer. It could be a family member or a spouse. But whoever it is, whether it's someone else or yourself, regular check-ins make the difference. Because the tighter your feedback loop is, the more often you're getting information so that you can help correct your course. If you measure things only once a year, that doesn't give you a lot of time to correct. So measuring things monthly is better than yearly. Measuring things weekly is better than monthly. And oftentimes measuring things daily is way better than measuring them monthly. By focusing on these key features, the 12-week year transforms the way that you approach your productivity and goal system. It creates a structured yet flexible framework that keeps you motivated and focused on what your most important task is. Compared to the countless productivity systems, I think that implementing the 12-week year has several compelling benefits. I found that it gives you increased focus. By shortening that execution cycle from 12 months typically to 12 weeks, it gives you a far more sense of focus and urgency. It gives you enhanced accountability so that you want to stay on track. By creating weekly plans and tracking your progress, you get quick feedback to know when you're achieving the things that you said you were going to do and when you're simply not. It gives you accelerated results. By shortening that time window to 12 weeks, it's amazing how much more you can accomplish. And you don't have to wait for 12 months to actually see the results of all your hard work. I found that this rapid progress not only boosts your confidence, but it also creates a positive feedback loop for future success. Once you start achieving, you want to continue to achieve the results that you set out to. It has flexibility and adaptability. By having this 12-week framework, you only have to focus on what's important in those 12 weeks, compared to trying to set up what's going to be most important for the next 12 months. And I've found improved work-life balance. By knowing what's most important, what the actions are to actually achieve it, and creating a feedback loop system from the reviews, I'm not wasting as much time on all the things that don't matter. And instead I can focus more on the things that are actually just moving the needle and getting the results that I want. And this balance is essential for maintaining long-term productivity and your overall well-being. So what's the verdict on the 12-week year system? In my opinion, it's highly effective for anyone who's wanting to achieve more in their work and personal life. The focus, accountability, and accelerated results make it a powerful approach to achieve more without losing your mind. So if you're tired of setting goals that you never achieve, I highly recommend that you read the 12-week year and give it a go. And I would love to hear from you. If you've read the book and tried the system, leave a comment below on how it went for you and what you found was the one most impactful strategy. So thanks for watching, but before you go, check out my next video up here, which is all about the 8 life hacks that I found that have actually improved my life. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.